up the infrastructure of the country at the rate of $1.50 per week. Now, what Coxey could have done would be to write to his senators or perhaps take a trip himself to go see his senators or somehow wait for the government to do something. But he knew how slowly the wheels of government work, and he believed, rightly so, that the American people should not have to wait, that this was too large of a crisis and people were in too dire straits for citizens to wait for the government to do something. So what he does is he convinces this group in Ohio, let's go. Let's take my proposal. We're going to go to Washington and we're going to present it to our representatives in Congress, and I will read it on the Capitol steps. So everyone agrees. They're all very excited, and they start off on a walk. And it was about 700 miles from where they are in Ohio to Washington, D.C. They start off on horse, on carriage, foot. They start the trek to D.C. And as they start going, word spreads. Journalists find out, and journalists tag along and start writing about what's happening and what Jacob Coxey is doing and what these marchers are doing. And so word spreads all across the country. And you see people from California, from Montana, from Arizona, from everywhere start across the country by any means possible. And they came on trains. At one point, they even stole a train. They came across the Mississippi River. They went to great lengths to join Coxey's, what was called Coxey's Army. And there were lieutenants who were sort of in charge of, each little group. But they considered themselves an army. And they were all these unemployed Americans on their way to D.C. to demand the government do something. Now, as we can expect, not everyone thought this was a great idea. Many of the newspaper editorial boards, many business leaders, many of those in authority, they called the marchers lazy. They called them shirkers, grifters, criminals. The New York police chief called them idle, useless dregs of humanity. Chicago and Pittsburgh banned the marchers from coming through their cities. And when they camped outside